Hi everybody, this is Tom again with some more insights on how to grow your Patreon page. At the end of April, after my first month of doing a Pledge for Pledge campaign, I reported that I had grown by about 23 patrons over the course of the month, and that I was in the black in terms of money by about $30. I made that video on April 28th, I believe, so there were still 2 days left in April. And now that here we are on May 5th, and all of the processing of the pledges has happened, I'm actually finding that for this first month, I actually didn't make any money. In fact, I lost $2. And the reason that that happened is for a couple of reasons. One of the reasons is that there were several creations that came in right at the end of the month there because people want to squeeze in the last couple creations while they can. And the other thing is that I found out that there are quite a few of my people that I did Pledge for Pledge with who really weren't supporting a lot of the creations that I was doing. So when I got those amounts back and realized that I hadn't really made any money this time when I was expecting to, I was kind of curious. So I went into my profile here to edit account, and I went here to the Patron Manager, which lists all of your creations. Now you can see that this Goldberg variation was the last one that I did in April, and I got $16 from 8 patrons. Now, here's my first post in May that just happened a couple days ago. I got $50 from 25 patrons. So it becomes clear that the amount that's showing on anybody's profile on Patreon per creation is actually not the amount that they're getting. That really only is true of whatever their first creation for the month is. They're actually getting that amount. But every creation after that, they're getting much less. So if you go back to the beginning of April for me, my first creation in April was this a cappella arrangement, and that was 9 patrons. And then the next one, the very next one I did, was only 3. So as I went through the month, I was adding more patrons to my list by doing Pledge for Pledge, so these amounts went back up a little bit. But it becomes very clear that only the first post of the month really gets the amount that's showing to the public on your profile. So I'm getting $50 for this first one, but look, my next one is going to be 24 from 11 patrons instead of 25 patrons. And my next one is going to be 10 patrons for 22, and so on. So then I'm going, well, how do I figure out who's actually supporting multiple creations? And so I started messing around with this Patron Manager a little bit. So I clicked on the Gymnopedia here, and this shows all of my patrons at what levels they're pledging. And completely by accident, I figured out that if you put your mouse over the amount that the person pledged to you, it shows you their maximum monthly pledge. It's like, oh, okay, well, this creator's supporting me for $2, but they're only supporting 1 creation a month. Now, I kind of had it in my head that I was going to, try to do 4 or 5 creations a month. So I had my cap on each pledge set to what that creator's 4 or 5 creations a month would be in equal, because I felt that that was fair. But I hadn't counted on people not returning that favor. So it's very easy to go to this person's name, click on it, and go in and edit your pledge and change that maximum cap to the same amount that they're supporting for you. So if he's only willing to, this person's willing to support 2 creations a month. So I went on their profile and I changed my maximum amount to match that, so that there's reciprocity happening. But if they're willing to support me for more creations, I'm going to support them for the same. This first month, I was actually over supporting because I was setting the amount that I was planning on creating for everybody, when I really need to look at what they're willing to support from me, and I'm going to return the favor. Okay. Now, if I go back up here to my list of paid posts, and I go in here to view all current patrons, this gives me my entire list of everybody that's supporting me right now. And again, you can roll over that pledge amount and see what their maximum monthly is. So you don't even have to go item by item through your creations. You can just go here to the Patron Manager page, and you can go ahead and go through and make sure that you're capping your pledge for them at the same excuse me, at the same level that they're capping for you. So I'm hoping that that will make my results for the month of May be a little bit stronger. And obviously, because of that, because you have creators who are only willing to support you for one creation a month, acquiring new patrons with a pledge for pledge situation is critical, really, to making this page grow. There's I generally send out 2 or 3 invitations to other Patreon users a day, just finding a couple people on Twitter or on Patreon itself, and I grew by 20 patrons last month doing that. So that needs to be, if you're going to grow the page using Pledge for Pledge, reaching out to other creators on pretty much a daily basis just take 5 minutes or so and send a message to a couple of people is really something that you need to do. Okay, so hope that you found that this video was helpful in understanding how to better manage your pledges and the reciprocity of supporting one another equally. And hope that you get good results from your efforts on Patreon this month as well.